Welcome to Street Beef Scrapyard's official weekly podcast, Kicking It with Chicken. Been doing this for quite a while now. Man, you got to go back and look at some of the old Kicking It with Chickens, like the first ones. They were super bad. We got some good stuff for you tonight. I got a special guest, so you're going to want to stick around for that. But first, I'm going to take you guys through what I usually do, and that's all of our updates, our news, scheduling, yada yada yada, all that stuff. So if you're new to Kicking It with Chicken, this is where all the stuff happens behind the fights. So it's not just about the fights; it's about the fighters and what goes on behind the scenes. So yeah. First off, we got some sparring in today. So whether you know or don't know, I am actually running a gym now. So I'm going through all the legal angles of it and getting it to be like ready to have people come in and start training and coaching and all that stuff. So with that said, we've been doing some like kind of private sparring sessions. Usually like open gyms on Saturdays. We had a pretty good one today. I actually this was our best one, and I'll pull up the picture here, show you guys what I'm talking about. If I can figure out how to do this. Yeah, there we go. All right, here we are. Yeah, there we are. So we got from right to left, we got the comedian who just fought the Canadian. We got the blacksmith. He's fought a couple times in the scrapyard. We got Mr. Top Knocker right there. Fought Jay Gotham and some other people in the scrapyard. I'm getting ready to drop his match here, probably it'll be out before the next event. We got Freedom Fighter, Jimmy. Great having him out. Wealth of knowledge. We got Mad Dog. We got Karate Gandalf in the back. We got my little boy there next to me, and we got a newcomer. He's going to be fighting in the scrapyard actually this weekend, and his name is. You see, I'm taking my time because I'm pulling it up on my phone. I already forgot what his fight name was because he hasn't fought yet. Heavy hitter. So I've got him scheduled to fight. I've actually already got a matchup for him, as I've already got a matchup for a lot of people. But if you're new to the scrapyard, meaning it's your first time fighting out there, chances are you'll get matched up at the event. That's kind of just how it is. I gotta add another one here. This is a big match I'll announce tonight too. Okay. You guys are probably sick of looking at that picture. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm actually going to go through some of the fights. I don't want to go through them all, but if both of the fighters know about it, then I'll go through it. But you might already have a matchup, guys. If you're scheduled, if you signed up on the Facebook group, you might have a matchup already. You can message me and ask if you have a matchup, but if you don't worry about it. We'll match you up at the event. If you're traveling from out of state, that's important for me to know so I can get you matched up, make you a priority. Let's see. Monsters. So wow, how about this? I'll go through them. Real UFOs. Thank you. Ben Shelley. Red Goat's in here, man. We got everybody in here tonight. Red Goat Roberts. We got the one and only Solo. We got Mr. Top Knocker. Oh man, Psalm K's in the house. Big Daddy DAD, too explosive. Squatchington. Funny. Jola Villas. Hell yeah. So I got the Canadian fighting the Hitman. Hitman coming all the way up from the West Coast branch. Man in the mirror. Man, I can't wait to see your match, bro. Congratulations on the belt. Can't wait. I want to get out to the OG branch again this year. It's just it is a long trip. It's traveling all the way across the country, so it takes some preparation. It doesn't have to be like an invasion or anything like that. But I had such a good time when I was there last time, meeting people, hanging out, fighting A Train. It was great. I would like to hang out with people a little bit more, maybe like after the event. Man in the mirror, Elijah Wilmore. So Scarface's son, 175-pound boxing champion of the OG branch now. Congratulations. We actually have a Street Beefs champion also on the show tonight. Elijah, if you wanna be on the show, maybe like I don't know about next weekend because we're doing fights, but if you do want to be on the show eventually, you can see how it goes. But we're gonna go through questions and everything, get to know you guys. So just hit me up on a DM if you're interested. Um, but yeah, we're having another champion on the show tonight as our special guest. So Canadian versus Hitman. Like I said, Hitman's coming up from the West Coast. That's gonna be a good one. We got Q-Tip versus Lights Out for the 145-pound boxing title. Now Q-Tip, he fought his last match in the West Coast branch, but he is a scrapyard fighter. And Lights Out was originally he was the 145-pound champ, and Turtle fought him last event, took the belt. So Turtle's going to be actually giving up the belt and letting these guys fight for it. Solo versus Mr. Fitness. That's gonna be an entertaining match. It'll be in kickboxing too. Sweet Tea versus Want Less Con. Want Less Con, you guys might not remember, but he fought when we were first getting going, and he's 6'9", so he might be the tallest guy that's ever fought in Street Beefs. I don't know. They might have had somebody out at the OG branch or West Coast bigger, but I don't know. Turtle will be fighting, and I haven't brought this up to him yet, but I might make it for the 155-pound boxing title. So he's given up the 145-pound title, but he could fight for the 155-pound, and it's against Pinche Jr. So that's going to be a really good match. Scotty Showtime versus Dre, no doctor, for the belt that Viking Warriors vacating, which is the 175-pound MMA title. I got JB versus Kickstand. That's gonna be for the 205-pound boxing championship, guys. So Real Lion vacated that when he moved, and those guys are gonna step up. I got a beef match going on. I'm not gonna talk about that too much. That's personal stuff between these guys, and the whole point of that match is to squash the beef. So I'm not gonna try to like advertise it or anything. I got E Money versus the Humble One. You can look those guys up. They both fought in the scrapyard. Castro versus Black Panther. I fought Black Panther last month. Castro's fought Moses and a few other guys. That's I've been waiting to see this days. Speaking of which, there he is. I've honestly been wanting to see this fight for a few months now, and it's finally going to happen. So can't wait. I got Viking Warrior is fighting the Freedom Fighter. Now, if you don't know Freedom Fighter, he's fought for us a couple times. He fought Black Panther twice, but he's a local guy. He's got over 30 amateur fights. And they're going to be doing a hard spar exhibition match. We'll say that. So look forward to that one. But also, Viking Warriors fighting our heavyweight kickboxer for the. It's not going to be for the title, but it's that'll be kind of just a fun match. Viking Warrior, you get to see him in kickboxing. That means he's done MMA, kickboxing, and boxing, and grappling. I think he'll be the first one in the scrapyard that has done all of it. But I do also have people here listed: Taz, bunch of people that are going to get on there. Buddy V in the house, waiting for you to make your comeback. So those are who I got lined up for the so far. I usually don't match up a bunch of people ahead of time just because you never know who's going to show up and who's going to fight. So hopefully everything works out good. Everybody shows up. Too Explosive might be down to box too. Your weight. I'm pretty sure we got a couple people that'll work out for you. So, really quick shout out to Overtime Hustling. I got to give a shout out. I'm not going to put your guys' hat on today because I got my spiky hair going on. Overtime Hustling, big time supporters of the Scrapyard. We love you guys. We know we love your reactions that you guys do, and I'm looking forward to you guys getting back into those. Also, shout out to Heart in the Fight for doing Scrap Talk every other week. I apologize, guys. I couldn't be on Scrap Talk last week. I was on vacation with the family down in Orlando, Florida. I made a post, if anybody was around, but kind of last minute stuff. So I would have liked to have met somebody from Street Beefs down there, but to be honest, I was so busy, it probably wouldn't have worked out anyway. Shout out to all the other branches of Street Beefs. I like to give you guys love. Shout out to the OG branch for allowing all the other branches to do this stuff. Shout out to the West Coast branch and shout out to Dirty South. Oh, that's kind of an odd question. The basement. Lights out in the house. On next Sunday, reaction coming. I was told today, Red Goat. Oh, so Red Goat and Solo will be on the reaction of Heart in the Fight. I'm hoping, Overtime Hustling. I'm hoping they might throw my match on there too. I do want to talk about my match a little bit more. So if you guys seen what happened, we declared it a draw. It was sent to the OG Branches review board. And that's ultimately the decision that we came up with. Looking back at the fight, I was way too cautious. I did the same thing against A-Train, and I think it's just I didn't want to lose, so I was trying to be really cautious and points, and that's not usually what type of fighter I am. So yeah, I know what I got to work on. I know I got to spar a little bit harder. But as you've seen, I did have a pretty good sparring session today. So thanks everybody that showed up again. We're doing 100,000 subscriber giveaway soon. It's probably going to be on this show. I want somebody that watches this show to get the giveaway, because honestly, like me giving away a flag that has all the Scrapyard fighters' names on it, it's not going to mean anything to somebody that just casually watches our fights. Yeah, thanks, Som K. That's basically what it came down to. So a lot of people said 3-0, some said 2-0, but yeah. So, but like I said, I want to give it to somebody that pays attention to our fighters, that cares more about what's going on with us on a personal level rather than just, hey, I want to see violence and blood and fights. To be honest, that kind of stuff isn't what I'm trying to kind of cater to as far as the fans go. I'm trying to cater towards what you guys, the ones that are tuning in or watching. I want you guys to be praised for being involved. So like I said, I'll give that flag away. I'll probably give a hat away. I'll give a shirt away. A couple other things. So can't lose on that one. But it'll probably be like on one of these shows. Maybe I'll have some kind of game where like I'll build up to it. I'll say like, okay, this is going to be the 100,000 subscriber giveaway one. And then I'll have to do some kind of, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, to be honest. I'll have to research it. So, Our next event is, like I said, that one's on the 23rd, but we also, or the 21st, but we got fights coming up on June. I can't read my own handwriting. I think that says June 25th. Then we got July 23rd. July is going to be special because it's going to be our 2-year anniversary. Um, all the events are special, but that one's just in particular. The one coming up this month is actually going to be our 21st event. Believe it or not, we've had 21. We'll have had 21 events. So pretty crazy. You know, it's been a great journey. I look forward to keeping this going for years down the road. I'm sure my neighbor loves it too. So my gym is getting going. I actually already talked about that one. So I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure my guest is ready because I haven't seen my guest on yet. We'll prompt him to follow the link and make his way over to the Kickin' with Chicken. Weather for the event looks pretty good. That's always a plus. If you've ever been to Washington State, maybe you just like watching these podcasts. It rains like all the time out here, guys. And it's worth mentioning when we're going to have like a rain-free event. So, yeah, that's always something positive. Like I said, it's going to be a big event. I have an upcoming fight, guys. I don't know if you know this or not, but Fire Chicken's going to be fighting Tiny Tank. Better be ready, Tiny Tank. You better be ready. Branch Head versus Branch Head. I mean, it's going down in the scrapyard. Oh, I gotta shout out my apparel too. So check this out, guys. So if Man in the Mirror still watching this one, Scarface gave me that shirt in 2018 when I went out to Street Beefs and fought my first fight. My first fight was against a guy named Deadpool. I showed up. Scarface talked to me, and after the event, he handed me that shirt, just like, thanks for coming out, like really, really cool. And then I went out and fought again. Got to remember, guys, this is back before they even did video intros. So like, they don't bring the camera on you or nothing. It was just like Scarface introduced us and we were fighting. So that was the second fight, was against some dude named Steady Eddie. Not around anymore. He chose the wrong side. So and then I didn't come back out to Virginia until 2021. Last year I did a round with Scarface, and I did a match with A-Train. But now is the time to bring on our featured guest. So you guys that watch the main branch, you're gonna know him right away. Manu the Great. Let's bring him up. What's up, brother?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
You on the road?
Oh, yes, sir. We still got about 6 hours left in us.
Damn. Where are you traveling from?
South Florida, Fort Myers, Florida, to be exact.
Oh shoot, man, that's a drive.
Cool 15 hours.
Yeah. We drove down to Disneyland a few years back with the family, and that was like an 18-hour trip. Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, we're switching off 3 drivers.
Who you got with you?
Florida boy driving right now, and then I got my lady in the back. Florida boy also caught a dub today.
Oh damn.
3-0 now.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see the fights. So really quick, introduce yourself to us.
Yeah, so Manu the Great on the 145 People's Champ and the OG Yard of Street Beefs. I'm 8-0 as of today. Technically 0-1 in grappling because I did a grappling match today with Fetty, but that's gonna be a banger video that's gonna come out soon. Banger video. But yeah, fighting out of South Florida. I started in the Tampa Yard, went 5-0, and then chased the belt. And now we're here now, looking for a sensation fight for the belt, beach fight for the belt. So possibilities of a triple champ are in the future.
Damn. And that was actually somebody I contacted to be on the show tonight. But I don't know if you know or not, but he had a fight already lined up.
Yeah.
So I don't know how because I contacted Baby Hulk too. And I don't know how either of the fights went, but did you hear by any chance?
I heard how there's a third Street Beefs guy fighting on the card. He calls himself Juan Jutsu. I know
Okay.
I know he won, and I asked him how the other two did, and I don't think I've heard back from him yet. So,
Oh, gotcha.
but I mean I expect them to dominate. They're both in their respective ways great fighters.
Yeah. I met Beach when I was out there on the East Coast at it was the Scrapyard Invasion, but it was just a few of us went out there. Really cool guy, but I've been in contact with him, and I would actually like to get him out to the Scrapyard to do a match. It's just tough to find, opponents for your guys'
Sure.
caliber, but I'm sure we can make something happen. So I see you do a lot of the BJJ stuff, man, because I follow you on Facebook and everything. How long you been doing that?
I mean, to be completely honest with you, all my BJJ, like actual jujitsu training, is all home training. Florida Boy has some training, and we put a lot of hours in. We got some mats, we got a bob, we got a pad put up on a wall. And not only that, we go to a boxing gym that does kickboxing and wrestling. So I actually have no official jujitsu training. It's just wrestling and then everything we work. But it pays off.
Yeah, it does. I've noticed that in street beefs that if you have like above average ground game, you can do pretty well in there. There's one guy that I watch. It's the PA Hitman.
Yeah.
Did you fight him?
No, but I have talked to people in street beefs because I want to get grappling matches to start being popular. And like the one that I did today, it was a 10-minute go till submission.
Okay.
So like I like to do because what me and him do when we like do live training videos, we'll go live and stuff. We'll go no time, but you can't really do that for a street beefs video because if you got two good grapplers that cancel each other out, you'll be there a while. So we did a 10-minute go till sub, and me and Fetty went probably about 7-8 minutes in. So it was exhausting. But it was fun. So I want to get them going back in there. And because I know he is a black belt and he is one of the best, jiu-jitsu guys in street beefs, I've had talks about getting grappling matches going, where even the grappling tournament, me and Esteban started talking about that, and he posted about it. And I think it's still something they want to do, but it's kind of on the back burner because I got a lot of stuff going right now.
Yeah. I saw that. I did see Esteban getting into the grappling thing now. That's pretty cool. But we've been doing grappling stuff out here for quite a while. I'm mainly the one that does it because like I don't want to box and everything every single month. So I usually put myself in a grappling match. Like pretty much just anybody that wants to get around in. We do one 5-minute round. You win by submission. If there's nobody that wins in 5 minutes, it's just a draw. So that's basically the only way that you can win.
Yeah.
And have your own hand raised if you submit somebody. But
yeah, no, for sure. And I think grappling wise, that's the best way to go. Like I said, I haven't trained jiu-jitsu that much, and I like to watch it, but I'm not big knowledge wise on scoring of jiu-jitsu. But I wrestled in high school,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just not a big fan of the point system in grappling.
Mm-mm.
I like
No,
it to be like a definitive win thing. So
right.
that's why I like a go till sub. You know what I mean? I think that's the best way to do grappling matches.
I agree. I've done actual like BJJ. So I've never done any tournaments, but I've done BJJ matches like on an amateur level. So you go to an event and you get put up against somebody else. It's usually like we just said, a 5 minute BJJ round. But I've been to ones where it's like 3 submissions in 5 minutes. So you have to submit your opponent 3 times. When we first
Yeah,
started at
that's some
Scrappy,
serious work.
yeah, it is. And that's kind of how you win. Like if you get a submission, but they get 2 submissions, then they would win. But we kind of quit doing that because it draws the video out for too long. There's a lot of stalemates and stuff where people are just kind of laying there. So we figured it would be more exciting that the only way that you get your own hand raised is if you submit your opponent.
Yeah,
We do have there's just some rules that we have. It's like no twisting spine locks. We don't allow heel hooks because there's a lot of guys that don't know that they're in danger when they get put into heel hooks and get stuck to get
yeah,
jujitsu.
no, for sure.
So I mean, other
Yeah,
than that, no like overhead slams where you're putting the person on their neck or head.
yeah.
But yeah,
Speaking of that, oh, I
um,
apologize.
so who did you fight today?
I fought. His name is that Calcifer. He's 1-2. There wasn't a lot of people that were around my weight there, and Fetty wasn't there when we had done matchups and stuff. But I got to give it to him, bro. Bro came in with a lot of heart. And I didn't expect it, but bro had some nice jujitsu skills. So of course, I yes sir. But of course, it ended up going to the ground, and there was at one point that like he got my arm in an arm lock with his legs, and like I just felt pressure. Like I didn't know what was going on. I guess he had done high level jiu-jitsu like years ago and hasn't trained in a while, so he's getting back to it. But
Okay.
like I told him if he gets his cardio up, like he's nice. His jiu-jitsu's nice. It definitely came out of nowhere, but when you were talking about the heel hooks and not knowing you're in danger, it reminded me of today because it was probably like, and I said it after the fight, my little interview. It was probably my biggest like, moment. Like I got to get out of this because I'm gonna have to tap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that stuff's dangerous, man. Typically, like they don't even let people do foot locks like that until you're like brown or black belt level. I'm not belted in jiu-jitsu. I've been doing it since 2004, and I've just done no gi the whole time. I've probably done I've probably done around 15 matches in the scrapyard. I've never lost, but yeah, I've never gone against any black belts or anything. Not saying that I'm like some like superior grappler or anything. I just haven't gone against the right person.
Yeah. No, that's why I think and I had posted about it. That's why I think that today, like that match with Fetty was like my most fun match because I've fought people that have good jiu-jitsu skills, but Fetty can wrestle. And Fetty also has 15, 20 pounds on me.
Yeah. Buddy V asking, well, right there, your favorite fight was that your favorite fight then?
Yeah, I would say that grappling match was definitely my favorite fight. Not only is bro's so respectful, and he's just an athlete, man. But he canceled out a lot of stuff I did. He put me in some really bad positions. In a 6-7 minute period, there's probably like 10 submissions attempted before the tap. So it's a lot of action. It was just a fun match all around. Besides that, I would say my El Nino fight. It was technically a rematch because we had got a boxing match before, and it wasn't really disrespectful in a way, but like he was talking crap the whole time, like telling me to take him down if I can wrestle him. So it was really like a high adrenaline match. I'd say those are probably my two funnest matches so far.
Who was your hardest match?
If we're talking MMA, I would say El Nino. Just because everyone I've been able to dominate on the ground, and El Nino hit like 2 switches on me. At one point, he had me on my back in a full guard, and I escaped out of that. Um, yeah, and he just kept coming forward, man. I'd hit him with a 1 and a 2, and then he just walked through it. He's just a strong, headstrong, probably the most heart in any fighter that I've fought so far. And I can't wait till he gets back to Street Beef. He's a Tampa guy, but I can't wait till he gets back because I think he's a problem. Now, he's a 155 guy, and I'm a 145 guy, but still, he's pretty good. I've seen him. We're friends on Facebook. I've seen he's been doing BJJ and boxing a lot lately, so he should be better. And I expect big things from him.
Yeah. I think if like you came out, I could probably put you up against like 2 explosives. He's about 150, but he's our 155 champ.
Yeah.
That I think that would be a pretty good match. How long have you been watching Street Beefs?
See, that's the crazy thing about it. When I wouldn't say when they first started, but when they first probably got their big boost in momentum, it just kind of popped up on my YouTube when I was younger. Mm-hmm. I'd say probably like 6-7 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. So I'd watch videos here and there, but it's crazy because right before Florida Boy got his first match, I'd been like binge watching all of them, like to the point to where like I went to go watch some and realized I'd watched all the recent ones for a while and everything. And then he got his first match after he'd had an amateur match because of COVID. So he had no choice, but if he wanted to fight, he had to go get a Street Beefs match. So that's what he did. So that kind of reignited the whole fuel, and I'm like, okay, how easy is it? And when he told me the simplicity of it, you just got to join the group, sign up, show up, and then show out. I was like, all right, man, let's do it. And then they had the Tampa event, and that turns a 15-hour drive to a 2.5-hour drive. So yeah, so I first started it. I went to 3 Tampa events, and then once they gave me a chance for the belt, I couldn't tell them no. I took my drive up.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, like I said, it's a pretty long flight for us over there, but I do want to do it this year. I want to get back over there some point this year and hang out with everybody. So now that you were watching when I fought then. I went down there. I went over there and fought in the original HDR. That was back in 2018. I fought a dude named Deadpool. I fought a dude named Steady Eddie. Just boxing matches. I don't really do MMA anymore because like I did that stuff when I was younger. I was like, oh man, I was like 2009 to 2012. I was doing MMA. And amateur stuff. And then I got into wrestling, and then I got into boxing, and I've been boxing for about 5 years. So, but you probably saw my fight. You don't even know it. Okay, so
no, I've definitely seen your fight.
Oh yeah.
I've definitely seen your fights, and then once I seen that, because I had seen you and seen you were active, but once I paid attention and seen that, you ran and officiated the yard, and then that you still box at every event too. You don't just officiate. You get in there and show out. It was like okay, we got to check this guy out, and I love it. I love the chicken suit. I love the nickname. I like the whole podcast idea too. I think it's all dope, man. I love what you're doing.
Yeah, man, it's a really cool experience to be around all these fighters and make the connections and everything. It's actually changed people's lives for the better. People have started training. They found gyms. They come out to the events. They got new friends. I look at all these people that I didn't know before that I know now. It's like that's pretty cool that I consider these guys friends. And then we can, show up to an event in West Coast or on the East Coast and then be welcomed. And I really like the whole thing that Scarface has put together. it's more than just like backyard fights. It's a brotherhood, a community. But yeah, I, I was going to ask you. So, like, now that you've had quite a few fights in street beefs, what are kind of your goals now?
So it's probably been about a month and a half, 2 months. I've been in the gym now, and my coaches, they're aware of all my street beef fights. The majority of them don't necessarily mind it. It's kind of just do what you want. My kickboxing coach, he's not the biggest fan of it, but they all want me to go AME. And don't get me wrong, I want to pursue a pro career, but I just want to take my time with it, and I want to do things right. And I think that what Street Beefs offers, if you are one of their top guys, just the exposure, the community's great, and just bringing that with me into my amateur. And like I see how God, I'm blanking on his name, but he fights amateur now, and he fights with like Street Beef logos on it. I think that's awesome. I think that'd be something dope. So I also have doubts of not like my success, but I have doubts of like rushing things, because I've only been fighting for now like 9 or 10 months, and I'm already the champ. And then now that I'm in the gym and everything, they want me to do AMI fights. So I just want to take it slow and do it right, and kind of make sure I take the right steps in the right directions. But I definitely pursuing a pro career. And in my mind, I think with the people I have around me, the gym I'm in, Nico Price, the UFC fighter, trains there. I don't see a way that really I can't go pro and can't make it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I agree. You look at guys like Baby Hulk and Memnon Warrior and Reckless Rico. They fought out at street beefs. They did like you did. They went through people and then they went pro. Um, but you are getting experience right now. You're getting good experience, and I know that they want you to fight amateur, but I see your point of view on that too. Get the experience and then go into the amateur circuit and then move. But the more that you fight in street beefs now and get that experience, like you said, the exposure, you can't get that anywhere else. There's nowhere else.
Nowhere.
Even in pro fighting, you're not going to find exposure like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, because the community is not the same. A lot of the MMA community is really like, I guess like toxic would be the right word. Like they're just like either they love you or they hate you. But with street beefs, it's really all love and all respect.
Yeah.
And then once you get into the pro leagues, it gets different. And like you said, with amateur, there's just no exposure. You're just trying to make your way up. And although I think skill-wise, I can make my way through amateurs pretty easily, not necessarily easily, I definitely have to work for it, but I think I can do that. I just think that just what I got going right now is just too good to pass up. The opportunity that Street Beefs has given me, and I mean, I've worked hard for it, but Street Beefs does a lot for their fighters. So
they do.
It's just nice.
They do, and you're doing it right. You're in a gym and everything, getting professional training. But Street Beefs does do a lot for their fighters. They go that extra distance to let fighters get their names out there and get attention put on them. You go to amateur and pro fights, they don't care because they just want the money. That's all they care about. Yeah, we'll sell more tickets, and we don't really care about the fighters as much. It's more like just having so that's what I love about street beefs too. Street beefs, money changes things, like RD right here. That's true.
Yes, sir.
They get greedy, and they're just in it for money. But when people genuinely love something, they'll go out of their way to make it better because they don't just care about the financial part of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I tell anybody that I know that is wanting to become a fighter or anything like that, I tell them, like, even if you don't want to start fighting yet, you want to start training first or get your cardio up or whatever your reason to not get in the ring is yet, still join the group be active in the community. Just dip your toes in, because you know there's nothing bad. You know, it's all good. And if it is bad, they usually, you know, deal with it, and it's usually, you know, dumb people saying and doing dumb things. But you have that in every group, organization, everywhere you go. There's always the 1% of people who are ignorant.
Well, that's going to happen with like 36,000 people in a group. You know, we get it with the scrapyard group too. You know, you get a big influx of people joining the group. They don't read the rules. They don't understand like what street beef is. But if they're there for a little while, they'll figure it out, and they'll either leave or say something stupid, get kicked out. But yeah, it's a pretty big community, a pretty good community that Street Beefs has built, and it's in different locations now, which is really cool. I wish I could be more active, like in the Street Beefs, like the main OG branch group, but I'm an admin or mod or whatever in there, but I got so much stuff going on with the scrapyard. Like running a whole branch is really tough, and it's why you don't see like a lot of the guys that are running the other branches, so much in the other branches. Because they got their own thing. We got
Yeah.
fights to put on. We got fighters to deal with. We got other stuff that comes up that we have to deal with. It's crazy. Yeah. So I was gonna ask, what you got any other hobbies besides the fighting thing?
I played football from 5 to 16, and I wrestled for 2 years in high school. And the only reason I stopped is because I hurt my leg. It ended all my high school career. So I definitely say football is another hobby. But I just like all types of sports and athletic stuff. But other than that, no, really. I have a 6-month-old daughter, and I like to cook. Actually, yeah, I'd say I like to cook. But other than that, man, I train, I work as a cook, and then I just like daddy duties. So that's what my life consists of, man. The gym, the baby, and the grill.
Yeah. I know all about that with the kids, man. I got 4 of them, so um, shit, man. My oldest, he's 16 now. My youngest is 6, but they're a lot of work, but wow, they're 100% worth it.
Yeah, blessings, definitely blessings.
Definitely, yeah. I guess when you're trying to get into eventually be pro and everything, you focus a lot of your attention towards that. So like I used to have more hobbies and stuff, but I really I really don't have time now. I got full-time job, I got the group and everything, and then on top of that I get in there and do matches and stuff. So it's like
Yeah,
I got to stay like in somewhat of like decent shape to be able to get in there and do that. But yeah. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I will tell you, I don't anymore. Of a fun fact, I never really got in the process of really posting it anywhere. But for a good portion of like my teenage years, I had made music. I never really did much with it, like I said, but like I definitely wrote a good amount of songs. Like there was other people that I grew up with that actually make music, so like I would like go to studios with them and stuff like that. And like don't get me wrong, I love just falling in love with fighting and getting back into wrestling and grappling. And like, don't get me wrong, I like boxing. I've been training boxing now, and like, I used to think, I have hands. Getting in a boxing gym humbles you. I'll tell you that. But grappling, that'll always be my first love. Like if someone told me like you have to choose over MMA or like grappling, I would just get my belt up and go to BJJ tournaments and just compete and try to compete in national tournaments. At that point, I just love grappling. But other than that, like I said, I like to cook. I definitely like to experiment with cooking and stuff. But like you said,
okay.
daddy duties, busy life.
Yeah, priorities and stuff change too when you got kids. Sometimes some of the stuff that you could do, you don't really got time for anymore. But yeah, Oh shoot.
So
Well,
who did you you had mentioned something before and we kind of just ran past it. Who is your 155 champ?
oh, for MMA, too explosive.
Okay. Um, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to come out for a match. The only problem is really just the traveling stuff, and I would have to save up for that. But
Get a
the,
hold of me about that.
okay, for sure, for sure. But that's definitely something I would be interested in. That's definitely something I'd be interested in. Not only do and I'm not saying this in a cocky way, but I don't really back down from any fight, but I like challenges. I don't like to. I don't like the easy route. That's why, as you could tell, I haven't been fighting long, and I'm already in the works with Sensation Beach. I fought Mike twice. I have something to prove to myself, not other people, to myself.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I totally feel you on that. Um, that's why I do my matches and stuff and all that. I feel like I got to do it for myself. But
Yeah,
yeah, I met Mike when we were out at Virginia too. That was another guy that I met.
yeah.
Um,
Mike's a cool guy, and one thing that I will say about him is like if you're his opponent, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna think he's a cool guy. You're not. Watching his videos, you're not gonna think he's a cool guy. But once you get past that Menace Mike persona, he really is. He really is a cool guy. He's a good dude. After we fought the second time, I had a second match, and bro wrapped my hands up for me. Because I didn't have wraps in our fight. He wrapped my hands up for me. He cornered me and everything like that. So like we actually talked from time to time now. He was texting me today about my fights. And our plan is he wants to take a break and train some more, and then we're gonna
mhm.
go for a trilogy fight just sometime in the future. And I'm just doing that out of respect. But he's a good dude. He's a good dude. I just it's almost like a Colby Covington, that menace persona,
Yeah, yeah.
and I love it. I respect it because it really pushed me to be better.
Breaking up here. Think you might be going through a bad zone, bad area.
You know,
Yeah,
and we're
for sure. Some people can play that heel card really well. I, I I've actually compared like some of the stuff that we do in street beefs with professional wrestling because it seems like the more that you can make yourself into a showman, whether it's what you wear or what you say to the camera, that's what seems to get people's attention the most. I mean, look at like Shinigami, comes out, hits a
yeah,
guy on the head
for
with
sure.
his karate gi on, and then it's like from then on, um, everybody knew who that guy
Yeah,
was.
that
He's
was
on.
awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we got like Solo and stuff. Guys that just people know who they are. Jay Gotham personalities that, yeah, they build themselves. They're just interesting to watch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and as much as you connected to professional wrestling, and I 100% agree, I think that's kind of what the UFC is adopting right now. I think
They
that's
got to do
exactly what they're
something, man.
doing with like, yeah, like McGregor. Don't get me wrong, he is one of the best strikers to ever grace the ring, but he's a moneymaker because of how he is outside of the ring. That man dresses nice with the watch, drinks on
Yeah.
stage. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, and it's different, but I feel like they're that professional fighting is almost following in suit with that. Skill and talent definitely hold it, but it's popularity.
Popularity, and it really appeals to the casuals more. It gives people something to watch other than you can watch MMA and stuff, and it's like they go to the ground and you're like, oh, get him up. You don't understand what's going on. But somebody that's got experience in that ground fighting, they know what they're watching. So
Yeah,
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 casual, they're unfortunately part of everything, but
yeah. I was gonna say you should see the comments on a lot of my fights. Yeah,
oh
Don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
look.
You got the positive ones, like you said, who understand it. But then you got the guys that are like, oh, he's scared to get hit. He doesn't want to get hit in the face.
Right.
I don't. Respectfully, I just don't want to get hit in the face. So if I could take your back, I'm going to do it.
Oh God, I love it when these haters come on here. We should be genuinely ashamed of ourselves.
You gotta listen. I don't. I'm big on respect and disrespect, but I love street beefs, and you're disrespecting my organization. You got a profile picture with a mask on, buddy.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Try to get
Listen,
actual referees. We have actual referees. Be very ashamed. Yeah. Anyway, I don't. Would you mind if I brought on Too Explosive?
no. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be dope.
All right, man. Too Explosive. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
How you doing, man?
Doing good. Just watching these UFC fights.
Oh yeah. I always pick the worst times to run my show, but
Yeah, on the Saturday UFC Friday, Saturday night.
always. And I was actually thinking about doing something after the event next weekend. I was thinking about renting out a theater in Bremerton and doing like a movie night, or maybe it doesn't have to be on that, but on that night. But we could play whatever movie we want. We could play like Fight Club or something, But it would be us. It would be just us in the theater. So this is our 155-pound champ, and
Yes, sir.
you are Virginia's 145-pound champ.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, we were talking about it. That could be something that we could work out. Eventually.
Yeah, I'm actually closer to 145 now than I am 155. I was like feel a little out of shape, fat when I was fighting on 155. I'm fine shape and
Yeah, there you go. 145, 145.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Yeah, I walk at like 55, 50 sometimes, but like a month before the fights, the change of diet and like the cardio work and stuff usually just drops me down to 45 itself. So
yeah,
I just one of your fights today on the thing you choked out somebody thing. A rear naked choke. What's your grappling background?
I didn't get a rear naked choke win today. Florida boy actually did. The guy that I beat today, I was like ground and pounding him, and he kind of just gave up. And then he was saying he was gonna throw up, so I like got him out of the ring real quick because that wouldn't be good for nobody coming after. But I got 2 years wrestling in high school, my freshman and my sophomore year, and then me and Florida boy over here, we got a little setup at his house, pads up on the wall, so we could do wall work, pads on the ground, and I've been training with him for probably 6 to 8 months now. So just a mix of those two things.
Yeah, that jiu-jitsu work is really important. That wrestling, you control where the fight happens. You control everything.
Yeah. Trust me, it's beautiful, dog, because I came into this thinking I could strike, and I hadn't been in the boxing gym yet. And it showed in my fights, my striking wasn't there. But when I got in the boxing gym, it really humbled me. So I've been working on my boxing and my Muay Thai a lot because my gym offers both of those and wrestling, the gym I'm at now. But before I didn't have that, so I had to rely on that wrestling. And it's reliable, I'll tell you that. It is reliable.
Yeah, no, Fire Chicken will tell you up until this point, I couldn't throw a straight punch until pretty recently. I just stick to I just get it on a shot and just sit on top of someone's chest till the end of the fight usually. But we're not doing that no more. We're coming for knockouts.
What's your grappling background? Too Explosive.
I started wrestling in high school. I wrestled for 4 years, and I have a little college wrestling experience too.
Okay.
I was in the state tournament every year. And in college,
what I was gonna say, what high school did you go to? Or high school? What college did you go to?
First, I went to Chabot College in California, and then I'm currently going to Oregon State University. I've been wrestling over there for about a year. But Yeah, I'm not really focused on competing in wrestling anymore. Just trying to take this fighting thing a little bit more seriously. Been bouncing around from boxing gym to boxing gym the past month or two. I got really sick, lost a lot of weight, so getting back in the swing of things now.
Yeah, that comeback can be a struggle.
Yeah.
I had to do that a couple months ago. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Last time I actually fought for the belt in like what was it, January?
Oh damn, was it back then?
It was it's been since January, and I haven't even been like doing anything since then. But I got something to show y'all tomorrow or this weekend. I got something to show y'all.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, I got something to show you.
You got a little bit of a beef fight. I actually went back and I found what you were talking about, what kind of started that whole thing. And I don't know if you want to get into it, but like
I can touch on it a little bit, not based like I was having a preacher's son made a post. It was like we were talking about Roe versus Wade, just like it had nothing to do with him, Simo, or Simo is basically who wants to have a beef or who I want to have a beef fight with. We were talking about Roe versus Wade, and then I was having a conversation with somebody who was not even him, and then he just hops on the chat, he just calls me a bitch. Like I'm like bro, like I know who you are. Like we've been fighting in street beefs. Like you know who I am. Like if you have like something to say about me, you have some ill intent towards me, like we could just fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's how I feel about it. And then after he said I said what I said, I'm not gonna apologize for it. And I was like, all right, bro. Like,
well, I really like the fact that you guys are both fighters and you're willing to handle it this way. Like a lot of times we get some people who come to me and they're like, "Yeah, I got this beef fight." Like, all right, so I try to contact one of the people, and it's like one person does not want to fight. It's always the person sees this as a way to squash the beef, and then the other person doesn't want to fight, and then I get called a bunch of names and blocked and stuff. Like, hey, I'm just trying to facilitate it, But yeah, I'm hoping we can take care of that whole thing this weekend. And it's good to have you back, though, for sure.
Yeah, it feels good. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun this weekend for sure.
Yeah.
You Manu, did you plan on coming down?
What's up? Oh, I'm not hearing your audio there.
Was Manu?
Oh, we kind of talked about it a little bit, but we got to talk more about it. It'll probably be like down the line a little bit if we can work something out. It's pretty much like I literally just brought it up to him on this podcast. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for it though, man. I think it would be dope, and if you're the champ, like I was telling him, man, I want to chase a pro career and everything. So to be the best, you got to beat the best. And granted, I've only really been competing for like 9 or 10 months now. I fought Mike twice. I got a grappling match in with Fetty today. I got Sensation and Beach lined up as my next 2 fights, and they're both title fights. So, I want to fight the best to be the best. You got to beat the best. So.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Yeah, I haven't been fighting for that long either. I've been fighting for less than a year now.
That's my goal, man. And well, Fire Chicken speaks very highly of you, dog. So I think it'll be a banger. So.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm actually 155-pound champ. I'm looking to come down and get the 145-pound belt. I don't know if anyone has it. What's going on?
I don't think anybody has that one.
Yeah, because
we got vacant belts out here.
Yeah, time to start collecting them, I think.
Yeah. I can't. You got to give one up though if you're going to go for a different weight class.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna depending on where the most people are going to be, but I mean, my body weight's like walking around at 147 now, so like 155 fighting someone that's like coming in at 165 is kind of like it's a big jump,
Well, title fights we only allow a 5-pound.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like I'm not big enough for a 5-pound thing.
I feel you, man. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm down for fights at 155 too. Never there.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, I mean, that's understandable though. I could tell you from experience that grappling match with Fetty today. He and I'm not trying to say he's a liar or nothing, but from what he said, because it kind of sounds bad saying from what he said. From what he said, he was 161. I didn't weigh myself like officially today, but I know when I checked during the week at the gym, I was like 143. So he had a little bit of weight on me, and yeah, you felt it in that grappling match. You definitely
You
felt
can
it.
feel.
It was
Yeah,
fun though, man.
I grappled JB a few months back, and dude was like 230, and I was like 185, man. And he had more experience than I thought he did, so that was a pretty interesting match. I definitely feel like I should have trained harder for that one, but I did get him with a triangle choke, which is funny because at the beginning of the match he says, "Don't triangle choke me," and it went back and forth. Like he had some wrestling and stuff, and I was having a hard time putting him on his back and trying different stuff, and like it just wasn't working. And then I rolled over into a nice triangle choke like right before the end of the match.
Yeah, you caught me. But I was kind of. I wasn't even.
I didn't want to go to the ground with you. I was like, man, I want to finish this before it even starts.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Man, I would like to see you grapple Stripling Warrior.
I don't know who that is.
So he went with us to Virginia, and he's fought. I think he's 135, but he's a jiu-jitsu dude. I did a BJJ match with him. He came out one time, kind of challenged me, and we did a couple rounds. But he's a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah, my best work against
Yeah. He fought. I can't remember who he fought. Stripling Warrior. He's got the Hawaiian flag out when he comes out and fights. Or actually, he's like got it wrapped around him. And he wears like a white outfit.
I think I might know.
Yeah. I can't remember the guy's names that he's fought, but I think he's done one or two in our yard, and he did one in Virginia.
Okay. And yeah, if he comes out and he wants to do a grappling match, he can just come down and just grapple.
Yeah. I don't mind you guys getting grappling matches in. I'll edit them and put them on the channel. More exposure for you guys.
Hey, how many? You know how many wins I have? How many more I need to get on that wall? Should be 2 more, right?
I don't know where you're at, man. I don't really keep track.
I'm at 5 right now. 7 is to get on the Wall of Fame, right?
Yep. Yeah. Man, you could get on the wall this weekend.
Yeah, I got a free fight, and then maybe we can get some boxing in.
Shit, dude, we can do it.
Hey, yeah. Hey, look. I hope you do, bro, because I just won my 8th fight. I'm 8-0. I just won my 8th fight, and in the OG yard, you got to win 8 fights to get on the wall. So I'm getting my name on the OG yard wall now.
Okay, yeah, I have a loss. I lost to Scotty Showtime back. What was it, like my 3rd fight? But yeah, I'm actually. I mean, he's probably a lot bigger than me now. But at this point, he's probably closer to 190. I'm closer to 140. So,
yeah.
But I mean, I wanted to get that one back, but I mean,
he said that one got a little too heavy for me.
Yeah, I got a little too small for that one, but yeah, I'm trying to get that. I'll get the 8 wins too. We get that in by next month. You know what I mean? Have a similar record if we do end up fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, man, sounds good. I got a couple names to put up on the wall. I got to do it here probably tomorrow, but I got to put up Crazy Legs and Lights Out, who came out and would do like 2 to 3 matches per event, and he just kept winning. Everyone thought they could just take the dude out, but I mean, there's a reason why he eventually wound up with a belt and all that.
Yeah, kid got heart. He
does. I kept trying to give him harder matches, and he lost one here, one there, but which were still kind of close matches. Like you could have, like if it would have got the other way around, then yeah, it wouldn't be much argument with that.
Yeah, with that fight he has against Q-Tip. Q-Tip's going to be a pretty big challenge, I think. When I step up in competition,
Q-tip. You
Q-tip,
got
Turtle. So that's
Yeah.
it's gonna tough 2 fights to have one after another.
Oh, we lost Manu the Great.
Yeah, probably connections on the drive.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I don't know who else is getting close, but I mean, we got a lot of wall space, right?
Mm-hmm. You said that Dre versus Showtime fight was gonna happen this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you got on that one? You probably got Scotty on that one, don't you?
I mean, I don't know honestly. Like I haven't ever since I fought Scotty Showtime. How long ago was that? Like about almost a year ago at this point. And I mean, I've been in the gym with Dre a lot, and that's one hardworking man right there. That's one hardworking man. He has some nice boxing, and we've been wrestling. We wrestle around a little bit too. I don't. We just gonna have to see when it happens. We're just gonna have to see. I feel like they're really likewise in terms of like their fighting styles. They're both explosive, athletic guys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna have to come in. And they're gonna have to clash, and I think someone's gonna have to sit down. Someone's going to sleep.
Yeah, that might be true.
I don't
It's
see that
really
one ending
hard.
in a decision.
I will say that Dre has put in a lot of hard work, and he's improved so much since he first started. Scotty's gotten some work in too, but Scotty's always had that raw kind of talent where he can crack you, and it can be over pretty quick.
Yeah.
Or he'll pick you up and do a terrifier to you. You know. Yeah, he got you up too, man, didn't he?
Yeah, that was honestly when I fought him, I didn't really think he would. I really wasn't thinking about anybody shooting on me, especially when I came in the street beefs. I was like, I'm never gonna have to worry about anyone trying to get a shot in on me. But I mean, he got in on 3 shots and he lifted me above his head, and I was up there in the air, and then I was just like, wow. And I didn't even see that he started pointing until way after the fight. I saw the line. I was like, oh wow, I didn't even see that.
Dude, that right there is why that fight went viral. Why it got the views that it did. Is just so many people see this guy pointing while he's got somebody on his shoulder. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I had some embarrassing talks with that. You know what I mean? Some people are scrolling on my thing. They look me up and they're like, "Wait, that you right there?" And getting carried around the ring. I just you gotta watch the fight, man.
Dude, show them the fights that you've got some.
Yeah,
your fight with Hitman, that one's up there.
I only got almost. It was 800, 700 or something like that.
I don't know, man. I kind of quit paying attention. I know what our top ones are. We got 4 or 5 that are over 1 million, but the other ones are kind of creeping up. So I just don't really notice them until they get up to that 900-ish. I was like, oh, that was a rate of change.
Yeah, just looking for a sub 5-minute video to add to the channel. You know what I mean?
Hey, the quicker the fight goes, the quicker they usually get uploaded.
Yeah, we could throw a nice little caption on there with the little. I mean, hey, I'm not. I know it's a beef fight and everything like that. This fight's gonna get finished. You know what I mean? And I'm not coming out there to finish with no little grappling exchanges, no little make him tap. You know what I mean? I'm finishing this fight with strikes.
Yeah, both of you are. I'm sure are kind of feeling that you guys got to do it that way too. I don't really see beef fights going as far as a lot of people wanting to take it to the ground and all that.
But, yeah, as much as a wrestler as I am, when it comes to beef fights, I feel like it's gotta put some gloves to some faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah. UC, no, it's not for the title. UC beef fights. I made a beef fight one time that was for a title, and I shouldn't have done that. And that was Scotty versus Viking. That should have never been for a title, to be honest. But after the fact, I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I got to keep beef fights exclusively beef fights. So, yeah, we don't want to make that one for the title, because then people are having to be the same weight, and that don't matter on beef. That can be, you could be 20 pounds difference, but
If there's beef, there's beef. You know.
Sometimes chicken's got beef too, but that's the only way I'll do MMA is if I end up in a beef fight. But
The best way to settle it, right? Closest thing to a real fight there can get.
Yeah, shit, yeah. If people really want to do it too, they can put the MMA gloves on and do boxing.
That sounds fun.
I just, like I do my grappling and stuff. I kickbox and stuff. Like I didn't kickbox today, but like at my own gym, I kickbox with like Karate Gandalf and those guys. And I mean, I know how to do it all. I don't know what it is. It's just I did that thing already. I did the MMA thing for a good amount of time, and I feel like it's easier for me to just less injury prone if you're just boxing.
Yeah, for sure.
Less injury. I don't got to worry about like takedowns and stuff so much. Twisting my ankle or any of that.
Yeah. You see, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but basically there was just like a conversation on the internet, and then like he called me a bitch. So like I didn't take kind of that. So I told him we could just take this to the scrapyard and let our hands do the talking.
Yep. Hey, Bruce Lee Edits, what's up? Nice to see you on here. Yeah, and like I said, I appreciate you guys wanting to handle this. A lot of people don't do that anymore. I feel like when I was growing up, that was a way that you handled a dispute, was like you fight over it. And then after that, it was like whether or not you're friends or whatever, you're still like we handled it. It's over with. And
yeah, like after you get beat up about something, you know what I mean, or vice versa. There's nothing else to do after it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but people don't want to do that anymore. So it sucks, but you would think more people would want to, but because there's so many people training. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's because so many people do train, and it's like, well, I don't want to. Like when I fought as a kid, like none of us had any training or anything. It was just like you go out there, you fight, and then it was over. But now there's a lot of people that do have training. If you got your kid in wrestling and they get into a fight, it's going to be over pretty quick.
Yeah, it could get ugly.
Man, I seen it in high school. A guy was like, "Well, I'm a boxer," and he got into it with a wrestler, and I was standing like behind the school, and we watched it, and man, he beat the shit out of that guy. And then that guy showed up to the weight training class the next day, and he had all these knots all over his head from where dude just pounded on him. But yeah, wrestling's powerful.
Yeah, and this weekend we're not going to be doing none of that. I feel like the only thing I'll be using wrestling for this weekend is to defend shots when you know what I mean. When I predict that I think things are going to get a little spicy on the feet, and I think people are gonna. I think he's gonna have to shoot. I think he's gonna have to try to get the fight off of the feet, and yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to take me down either. So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting because you guys have kind of the opposite fighting styles. I think he's more like a jiu-jitsu guy, and his stand-up is Wing Chun, I think.
Wing Chun.
Yeah, Wing Chun. I don't know. And yours is obviously you've gotten into boxing recently, and you're primarily a wrestler.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
We're gonna have to see what this Wing Chun's talking about. We got Bruce Lee Edits in the chat. If he could give me some tips.
Yeah. You're not a spy, are you, Bruce Lee Edits? No, I'm just kidding. I met him in like I'm into some YouTube groups on Facebook. We talk about like how to make thumbnails and stuff and all that, just getting better at being YouTubers. And he's helped me out with some stuff and that kind of stuff. And I helped him out. I think I did maybe I did a thumbnail for him or I gave him some advice on it. But it's cool seeing him in the chat.
Yeah, nice support in the channel.
Yeah, and that's really what I appreciate about a lot of people with the podcasts is that they support the channel and they're on here, and that means a lot to me.
Well, I appreciate you having me on the show, Fire Chicken. I got to get out of here. You got a bunch of people about to come in the room. Main event's about to start, so I'm gonna get up out of here. Appreciate you having me on.
Yes.
And,
Thanks for coming on, and I'll see you next weekend.
see you next weekend.
All right. Later, man.
Yeah. Yep.
All righty. Back to just Fire Chicken. We had some great guests on tonight. May have made a matchup, future matchup. Would you guys want to see that? I mean, in the comments, what do you think? If you're watching this after it was recorded, leave a comment below. Let me know that you watched this podcast all the way through, and leave a comment below. Yeah. I'm kind of out of stuff, guys. Unless you guys got a question, a comment, a concern, I should be ashamed of myself. Oh, what a loser. Yeah, if you guys got any questions really quick, I will answer those. Especially if you're on here and you've never talked before. I see a lot of the same people on here. RD, Jeremy, Pyro. Sorry if I haven't posted any of your comments on here. Joey Cactus. I like looking through here because then I remember you guys the next time you come on. New guy, UC. What's up, UC? I'm just kidding. UC's been on here since like the beginning. Jeremy. Oh, hey. Clayton Leonard's on here. I missed that earlier. Q-Tip. I was deep into conversation, so I missed a lot of the stuff. Oh, Chai Hughes. Please don't ever mention that dude's name in the chat again. You're from Chesapeake. Yeah, I stayed out in Chesapeake for a couple months. We don't come over to Philadelphia. No, we don't. You have to contact the OG branch if you want to fight over there. Not seeing too much. Big Daddy, 175-pound title fight this weekend. Hey, anytime Bruce Lee edits. I'm always learning on there too. So, it's crazy how much you got to learn to be a YouTuber. You got to put yourself out there and learn a lot of new stuff, like video editing, running a podcast, thumbnails, description, whatever stuff people don't care about. Thank you, bro. All right, guys. That's all the Fire Chicken's got for you tonight. I'm really, really happy with this. Did you see the Creator Clash stuff? Those guys put a lot of heart into that. Creator Clash? I didn't see that. No, I don't know what it is. Marketing? Not really. I mean, mostly like social media stuff and just promoting. Promoting is what we rely on heavily. That's why we have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter that I don't use very often. Facebook's the main one. I need to get better at Instagram. Yeah, it's just whatever. It's boring behind the scenes. It is for a lot of people, but I enjoy it, and I enjoy talking to people about it. So that's what those groups are for, right? Join our Instagram, guys. I did have a MySpace. It's probably still up. Why do you want to be one of my top 5 friends? Man, Elon Musk should buy MySpace. Oh, Creator Clash. Okay, charity boxing. That's cool. That kind of stuff. I like that kind of stuff. Well, Well, guys, I've been on here for about an hour and a half now, and it's been great. But next weekend are the fights, and maybe I'll do something Saturday night and let you guys know how the fights went. Remember, if you're wanting to see all the fights right after they air and the live streaming, you can join our premium access. It's $2.99. It ain't nothing. It's not much. Supports the channel. You get to see a lot of cool content, exclusive content, videos edited before they go live. Sometimes some sparring footage. But I try to make it worth it for you guys. And like I said, it's only $2.99. A lot of other places are charging $5.99 or $10 a month. Nah, I'm not trying to. I ain't trying to like overcharge or do any of that. I just want you guys to get some exclusive content. So thanks everybody for being on. And with that said, Fire Chicken out.